Hello and welcome to Connect and Collaborate. I am Alex Hopkins, and this week we are talking Aerospace Week. So today was Aerospace Day at the Capitol, and we have Jay Lindell here with us. He is the Aerospace and Defense Industry Champion, so he is a great voice to talk about aerospace in Colorado. Jay, how you doing?
I'm doing great. You know, every day is great in Colorado promoting aerospace, but especially this week, and especially the day we had today at Aerospace Day at the Capitol. It's the best week in Colorado.
Oh, now those are heavy words, but you know what? You know what's going to make this week even better? Our event. We're going to have Citizens for Space Exploration here at Cobert at our event center from 4:30 to 7:30. That is Wednesday, the 21st. So are you
exactly? I'm looking
here?
for. I'm not missing any of these events. In fact, I'm probably putting more on the schedule as we go here. But no, that'll be a great event Wednesday right here. And thank you, Alex, for being a part of it. Absolutely.
No, I'm excited. Aerospace is something that I have a passion for, but I'm not well versed in. So this week I learned a lot today, and I'm looking forward to learning more all week long. So
well, great.
Yeah. So tell us about your background, Jay. We've had you on a few times, but it's been a while. So let's catch up.
Yeah, for sure. Well, part of the job, it's just, you said it correctly, Aerospace and Defense Industry Champion for Colorado.
Yeah.
Part of the governor's staff for economic development. I've been in the job over 4 years now, and part of that I was consulting, and then I had a long Air Force career. And when I retired, I was traveling way more than I wanted to be as a consultant, and I wanted a job that would keep me here in Colorado, help promote this great state of Colorado, which I just love. And I found the Aerospace Champion job. I'm going, wow, I'm an Aerospace and Defense Industry consultant. Here's an Aerospace Defense Industry Champion.
Yeah.
It must be a promotion. So,
well, any title with a champion in it
I
deserves
think so.
That is a promotion.
And I'm the only, there may be, I don't even know of any assistant champion. So, yeah. So
are you looking for an assistant champion?
No. I'm riding this title as long as I can.
I support you in that. Yeah. So we've got a lot of papers here in front of us. What are we looking at?
Well, there's a lot to talk about in aerospace in Colorado. It's a growing, robust industry sector. It's bigger than most people really understand it. It promotes, it helps be a catalyst for business development all over our state and many other industry sectors. So it's a lot of fun, and most people don't realize we're first in the nation in per capita aerospace employment with over nearly 26,000 jobs in Colorado. Those are direct employed positions, and we're second in the nation in private aerospace employment. And if you look at all our adjacent industries that contribute to aerospace services and support, that's nearly 200,000 jobs right here in Colorado.
Wow. So when I think of aerospace, a lot of times I think of California and I think of Florida, right? Because when we launch those rockets, and Texas, we usually are on a coastline. So Colorado's in the middle of the country. How did we end up being so big in the aerospace industry?
Well, it's a long history stemming from defense. And originally growing out of where Lockheed Martin is today, the old Martin Marietta facilities, developing the Titan missile systems, and not only with industry engagement, with CU Boulder and their high altitude research industry, their laboratory that developed today, which is the Laboratory for Atmospheric and Space Physics.
Yeah.
So it's a combination of industry, a research and development institution, university, if you will.
Yeah.
Obviously, working together with a government, a state government, promoting the industry sector, and it's really grown over the years. Now, part of it is our mountains do sell and attract talent, and people to come to Colorado for seeking these jobs and the overall business climate. So that has really helped grow this advanced industry, this aerospace industry in Colorado.
Fantastic. Now, it's just not something that I would have expected, but you said it stemmed from the defense industry, so I'm assuming the mountains provide a little bit of protection, right? That's where that kind of stemmed from?
Originally, that was the center part of the U.S. It wasn't a coastline, obviously, position, and so it just happened to be established here in a center, more center of away from the coastlines. As a location. And then actually the military presence here in Colorado helped grow too, with headquarters Air Force Space Command in Colorado Springs, the other military installations, Buckley Air Force Base here and just outside of Denver. So all have contributed to this large military space component, but has also helped promote civil space development here in Colorado.
Fantastic. And I love knowing that, civil space is growing, right? Finally.
It is growing.
Yeah, we're able to get some more knowledge out there. So let's get people involved. Tell us about it.
Well, people can be involved. In fact, this is a great week. We saw today at Aerospace Day at the Capitol, there are hundreds of people at the Capitol looking at the displays and attending our forum discussion, meeting our state legislators.
Right.
And then the follow-on reception, which I got to run to here right after this.
Exactly.
But, and so in the turnout expected this week for our follow-on events, in fact, let me highlight your event here on Wednesday.
Yes.
It is cooperation with the Citizens for Space Exploration. So anyone who's not familiar, just interested in space, can join the organization, come to events like this on Wednesday right here at the Colorado Business Roundtable, and understand more about what's going on in Colorado and aerospace and help promote a part to play. They can work with our trade associations. The two major ones are the Colorado Space Coalition, run from the Denver Metro Center, Denver Metro Economic Development Corporation, and the Colorado Space Business Roundtable. So join, be a member, be a part of it. It's a growing movement, and have fun.
Right, and I don't have to have champion in my title or a PhD.
No, really, I probably rode the champion too, but everyone is a champion promoting aerospace. So really, everyone can be a champion here.
There you go. No, and I thank you for pointing that out. We are at 4100 Jackson Street, Denver, Colorado, 80216 if you do want to come by. But also register for that event at cobrt.com/events. We're going to keep that registration open up until Wednesday. So be sure to get on there. And it is a free event, you guys.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's let's get back into these papers here. So we got economy, we've got technology. What do you want to touch on?
Great innovation, great universities that all contribute to it, and universities that are developing centers today at CU Boulder, Metro State University, all engaged with it, and the Colorado School of Mines with a space resources minor. And so really, when you talk about growth in a dynamic growing sector, it does take the workforce development, the research development institutions, working with business and working with government, and government in terms of policy, advocacy, and so forth, to help promote. And we've done it really well in Colorado. That's why we're #1.
Yes.
But, a hub of our business, really, we have the big corporations, obviously, employ lots of people here. But it's really the heart and soul of our industry is the small businesses. And over roughly 84% of our businesses, aerospace companies, are small. And an interesting fact is that 58% are 10 employees or less. So that really leads to the entrepreneurial, the innovative spirit, the culture in the state of Colorado. And these businesses are growing and are successful and essentially are suppliers to our 9 large aerospace primes in Colorado. And so that's the dynamic industry. And you'll see the small businesses really are engaged with new innovation, new technology, out of the box, and that's really the heart and soul of this industry sector, and keep it growing.
That's wonderful. And you mentioned we have some great schooling, right?
Great.
Yeah. So CU Boulder, they actually are having their 3rd annual Aerospace Summit on Thursday.
On Thursday at the Hyatt Regency, downtown Denver, near the Convention Center. And that'll be a great event. And they're a leading institution in our nation in aerospace, and their graduate,
Fantastic.
their graduate program is in the top 3.
Wow.
And their undergrad program is number 8 in the nation.
Wow.
As an aerospace engineering university. So here we are. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I knew that, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that I can say this, but I'm not a Colorado native. I shouldn't admit that.
Well, I think in the majority in Colorado.
Now I am, but I've grown to love it here. And one of the things I've uncovered is the great aerospace community that we've got here, and I'm so excited to be able to promote this.
Yeah, you said it exactly. And what I have found in over 4 years in the job is very passionate people on the industry.
Yeah.
Love working in aerospace, and they're pure professionals and fun to work with. And
can you say that together? Pure professionals and fun to work with?
well, you find it in aerospace. Oh, by the way, there's a reception at every event this week.
I have noticed that. We will reward you with refreshments.
So there is fun.
Yes, absolutely. So tell me where you want to touch on next.
Well, a little bit about this champion role and what it really does. And, I've had to learn. It's a brand new job that Governor Hickenlooper wanted established in economic development. And so I had to really kind of figure out how do you best be a catalyst for the industry sector. And really it's working with, you look at aerospace as an ecosystem. And at the hub of the ecosystem, the nucleus is industry, providing the jobs, providing the tax revenues for Colorado. But it takes the alignment of municipal, state, and federal government on policies to help promote, especially where we're so heavily government funded and federal government funded in Colorado.
Yeah.
61% and you can really add about a 15 to 20% more NASA and NOAA funding. So you look at an industry sector that's about 80% government funded and reliant on federal government dollars. So working with our congressional delegation on advocacy and support, and oh, by the way, our congressional delegation is so supportive of aerospace in Colorado.
They really are.
They really are. They get it. And they're a big part of why this is such a thriving, dynamic industry sector in Colorado. But as I mentioned earlier, also, it's the research and development institutions that contribute significantly.
Yeah.
The CU Boulder we talked about, Metro State University of Denver and their workforce development programs, and School of Mines and so forth. But also the community colleges are very important. Let's not forget about what they provide.
Exactly.
A lot of technician-level apprenticeship type training. And in fact, today in Colorado, our biggest weakness in this industry sector is workforce. And for every 3 jobs available, there's only 2 qualified, skilled applicants to fill that job. And so one is the growth of the industry sector, which grew 4.7% last year in Colorado, but it's the people that we're short of to fill all these jobs.
Right. So can I ask you a little bit about these jobs? Because obviously, the number one thing everyone thinks of when they think aerospace, astronaut, right?
Right.
And they think scientists and that. And, these technical jobs only require just an AA, right?
Right.
An associate.
These are... Now, there is, as advanced industry sectors in Colorado, what you find is a degree of knowledge, cloud computing, coding skills, computer literacy, if you will. It's read, writing, and computer literacy. But a highly digital, technical career field in any advanced industry sector. So understanding how coding works and so forth, and because even in manufacturing now, in aerospace components, like other sectors, I'll say advanced industry, require operation of computer-controlled manufacturing machines, taking CAD designs and coding to a printer, if you will, a metals printer, a 3D printer, in the advanced manufacturing capability. And I see so much of aerospace going in that direction with new technology developing.
Right.
And that is not 4-year degree work.
Not at all. A lot of times that's some of that's certificate only,
Certificate, yes.
Which, it's a year, maybe 2 years to get that certificate, and it's great money. Yeah.
It's good. In fact, the average salary of an aerospace worker in Colorado is higher than any other industry sector besides professional degrees in law and medical and medicine. Exactly.
Wow.
So if you're looking for a great job, you can find it, and you're qualified, and you can land an aerospace job. You're getting paid a pretty good salary too.
Well, how do I put in my 2 weeks notice? I gotta get one of these jobs.
Yeah, get in line behind me. But it's such thriving. I gotta also say, it's all the nonprofits that also promote the industry sector. So we talked about the government, research and development, but it's also organizations, as I mentioned previously, the Colorado Space Coalition, which represents city, county, Denver, and the 8 surrounding counties. Colorado Space Business Roundtable, American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics, the Rocky Mountain chapter. They all work slightly different in what their focus is, but they all work together to promote this industry sector. And the reason why, it's the collaborative nature, connecting, just like the Business Roundtable. It's all about collaborate, connect, and work together to build this industry sector. And that's what I find here about Colorado is really in this ecosystem, if we will all working together to make this thrive and be dynamic.
Right. Well, and I know that aerospace, we've had a little controversy over the years, right, with the funding, federal funding particularly. But that's one thing that Colorado that's been great. I feel like you guys have really strived for it, and the government has heard you.
Yes, and by the way, the NASA budget will be up 10% proposed in the 19 budget, federal budget, and the national security budget, defense budget, going up maybe 20% in space. So that's how important it is. And it's the recognition also. It's not just national security space and just space exploration from NASA, but the technology and development that comes out of space and how important it is to our global economy. It fuels not only national security, but it fuels our way of life. And I'll give you an example of that. Is those GPS satellites that, oh, by the way, 19 of the 31 in orbit today were produced in Colorado. Every one of those satellites were launched by United Launch Alliance. And they're controlled and operated right here out of Schriever Air Force Base outside of Colorado Springs.
Wow.
So that whole constellation right here that the whole world economy depends on, that timing signal coming off the GPS satellites to synchronize our global information system. And without that synchronized signal, where do you get an ATM transaction? You won't. Without, if that lapses for a few hours, you don't have a synchronized system in our financial sectors to even make an ATM transaction. So without that happening, guess what? How do I get gas in my car to get to the receptions this week? You know?
Exactly. How am I going to get cash out for the receptions?
No, that really is a crash.
Exactly. When it impacts the receptions, that's serious.
Exactly. But the economic impact is so large and such a big magnitude of just that one satellite system. And you look at all the other satellites, that telecommunications, in both TV and broadband communications, and you name it. So much of it just all based in space. And the geospatial imagery that comes off those satellites that really enables our, whether it becomes weather forecasting data or map data or other data for Earth science, and how it improves our way of life is just phenomenal.
We're so dependent on this technology, right? I don't know that I could make it to work if I lost my phone.
In fact, you're probably the majority of people anymore.
I probably am. That's, I don't know that I could drive here without my GPS.
Well, anymore, and I must admit, that's the first thing I do.
Just in case.
Just in case. I know the route, but what's the traffic? I get,
Exactly. And it's up-to-date, real-time information.
Yeah, real-time.
And that's partially in Colorado, right? We're contributing to that.
We're the heart of it. GPS right here. It doesn't work without Colorado.
Yeah, exactly. That's world. We're more than marijuana.
Exactly.
So we've touched on the technology of it, and the economy. Tell us more. There's so much information. We've got 5 minutes left.
Yeah, let me talk.
I know you can't touch everything, but
I talked about GPS, but
yeah.
Let me talk about Orion. Orion
Yes.
is America's next leap in space exploration, human-rated spacecraft exploration beyond Earth. Built right here. Lockheed Martin is the prime with the Orion. It's a NASA-funded program, NASA-managed program, but built right here in Colorado. But an interesting fact with Orion is there's over 200 suppliers, small business, right here in Colorado contributing to that program. And when we get to Mars, it's not an if, we will get to Mars within 2 decades is my estimate, and that's what most will say. We're probably about 2 decades or less out, but when we get to Mars, Colorado will be at the center of it with the Orion space capsule and all we've developed in technology towards the human-rated spacecraft to get us there. So we'll be at the front of it, and we'll continue to lead this nation, not only in national security space that we've talked about, but in space exploration.
Right. That is fantastic to me.
That is fantastic. And let me just mention, I mentioned national security and Earth and space exploration, but another sector that we're so dominant in is Earth science.
Yes.
And that's a big part of what satellites are.
Okay.
Also, and I'll give you an example, is Digital Globe right here with headquarters in Westminster, Colorado, but they've recently been bought, changed their name now, was just announced, Maxart Technologies, moving jobs out of California, consolidating 800 new jobs right here with Maxart Technologies, but it's all about the satellites that they operate with geospatial imagery contributing to understanding our Earth, our planet, our weather, our climate change, and Earth science initiatives, essentially that lead to better weather forecasting, if you will, better understanding of how fragile our Earth is.
Yeah.
And so right here in Colorado, we're at the hub of Earth science also.
That's phenomenal. That alone right there, I believe is enough to keep aerospace defense funded, right?
Government funding. Yeah. And we also have the growth in, I'll say, we're at the forefront of developing new technologies in space. And I know we only have a couple minutes, but new technologies are smaller, more affordable satellites. Until the satellites that are being developed, they're only shoebox size satellites.
Yeah.
But satellites with microprocessors, sensors, improved batteries that can be launched with 80 to 90 satellites in a single launch, build constellations, worldwide broadband capability, and if they're not radiation hardened, okay, the last 2, 3, maybe 4 years, launch another 80 to 90, build a constellation, and away you go with a technology refresh. So it's becoming more affordable for private business to get into the space industry. Smaller, better technology, and be engaged. And so that's great to see. We really have an evolution, which we've seen with companies.
Yes.
SpaceX launching the Roadster into orbit. That would just happened a month ago, and here we are. That's the growth like that of the private space. And it's happening in Colorado here, too.
And that's fantastic. And I just want to reiterate, you mentioned 200 small businesses were suppliers for Orion.
Exactly, yes.
That is just flabbergasting to me. Thank you so much, Jay Lindell, for joining us. I'm glad you had such a good day at the Capitol, the Aerospace Day at the Capitol. You're joining us Wednesday for Citizens for Space Exploration. Be sure to log on to cobrt.com/events to sign up for that. Let's see, tomorrow is MSU's event. Thursday we got CU Boulder, and then Friday is the campus.
It's a Catalyst campus in Colorado Springs with a defense commercialization roundtable, and that'll be a fantastic discussion focused on national security space and how do we commercialize technology better to the private sector coming out of defense.
Exactly, and it's going to be a great event to cap off the week.
It will be.
Yeah, thank you so much. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter. Be sure to like and subscribe our YouTube channel, and we're also on LinkedIn. Thank you so much. Have a great day.